Right when I start recording, there is somebody drilling, I think living upstairs from me. So that's nice for me. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different that I actually haven't done on this channel before. I've been thinking quite a bit about the fact that I read a lot about astrology, I talk a lot about astrology, I put out content about astrology, but it still doesn't feel like I really live with astrology. And one of the ways that I thought could be really easy to do that is just to keep track of the moon and see if I can do activities according to the sign that the moon is in. So today the moon is in Gemini. Gemini is in my 11th house. So I'm going to try to do some activities today that really encourage Gemini types of skills. So I did some reading this morning, some studying. That's really good for Gemini because it's a very fast intellectual type of sign. And now it's the afternoon. I just had lunch. I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee and do some puzzling, actually. Another mind engaging activity. It didn't go so well yesterday. I was puzzling with my mom and my boyfriend, and it was a struggle. So I'm curious, with the moon being in Gemini today, if it will be easier. Let's find out. I am filming this on literally 4% battery, so let's hope my camera doesn't die. It's been about 2 hours since I started puzzling, and I think I've had enough. I'm really proud of myself, actually. I completed all of this section, just a couple of pieces left. And it was quite interesting doing such a mental activity during a Gemini moon. I do think I was in the flow. I think it flowed really naturally. But one thing that I really noticed is I was also puzzling yesterday, like I said earlier. And yesterday I was really getting sort of frustrated and annoyed. And today not, actually. Today I really felt like, oh, I am really enjoying this. So I highly suggest, if there's a Gemini moon, see if you can do some sort of mentally stimulating, mentally difficult types of activities. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm actually meeting with some friends tonight for some drinks. So I'm going to wrap this up, get ready, eat before I go out, and I really hope to have fun. Gemini is the sign in my 11th house, which is the house of friends. So I'm really curious if I'm gonna feel more social and more in the flow and more friendly than I usually do because the moon is in Gemini. I just came home from a really nice chat, a nice hangout with two of my girlfriends. Don't ask me what this hanging cable above me is. It's a long story. it was actually really fun. I do think I should do more friend activities when it's a Gemini moon. I do think I genuinely enjoy it. I did notice that the conversation didn't feel awkward, that, at least from my side, it felt like it was flowing, that I had energy, that I had new ideas and new things to talk about with my friends. So that was really nice to notice, because I've definitely had moments when it felt a little bit like I was more introverted. So that was nice to notice. I did notice a couple of times that I like almost spilled my wine, or one time on the bike that I like accidentally dropped something out of my bag and then it almost flew away with the wind, which is not good. I gotta say, I almost never have that, this sort of like clumsy thing. So I think that is definitely a part of the Gemini moon that I noticed today. And I think this is what can happen with a Gemini moon, especially if maybe you're quite sensitive to that energy, is that some of that sort of nervousness or quickness can sometimes get the best of you. So maybe you fumble, or you do weird things like that, spill things. Maybe you do like 500 things at once and then you start to get overwhelmed, or your head starts to get really busy with too many thoughts. So I did notice a little bit of that. One thing that could help is slowing down, taking a breath, trying to focus on one thing at once. And another thing that could help is, if you're into a meditation, just to take a second to take a breath, close your eyes, and bring yourself back down. And another thing that I think is really useful for this sort of quick nervous energy is also physical movement. Of course, Gemini is quite a mental sign. It's an air sign. So there is a lot happening in the head. And sometimes that could mean it's good and you should use that plenty head energy to do problem solving. But I think if it's getting too much, you can also help dispel or use that energy on like physical movement. So what I noticed is I cycled to the bar where I met my friends, and I just really genuinely enjoyed the bike ride. It could be because I haven't been on my bike for 2 hours, not 2 hours. I haven't been on my bike for 2 weeks now. So that could be it. But genuinely, I do think that it helped dispel some of that nervous or quick energy that a Gemini moon can tend to give. And it just helped direct it towards my body, towards getting to my location faster. So these are just some ideas of what you could do during a Gemini moon. And I really do hope you found it useful. I would love to do this series for actually all of the moon signs. And it's sort of an experiment for myself to see if I can really live with astrology, if I can really use the energies and the things that come more naturally to me on a given day to use that to help me in the things that I'm already going to do, instead of forcing it. Like if it's a Gemini moon today, there's no need to force myself to do a really serious task, because Gemini can be quite fun and lighthearted. Why not just save it, if I can, of course, for, I don't know, a couple of days later, like 4-6 days later, when the moon is in a sign that allows a little bit more of that deeper thinking, when the moon is in Virgo or something like that, in Capricorn. So I'm going to do more of these. Let me know in the comments which moon sign you want to see next. Which one should I do next? I think doing like Aries could be really fun, because I don't know, then you get to do lots of fun things, and you get to do scary things, and you get to do lots of physical movement. And I think that would be more fun for you to watch versus like a Capricorn moon. But now we're getting into the stereotypes. Capricorns can also be fun. Maybe I'll go to a comedy show during a Capricorn moon, because Capricorns are actually really good at humor. They have amazing humor. Anyways, please make sure you subscribe if you want to see all of the other videos in this series. And again, comment down below which one you want to see next. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.